Good evening, Internet. The Real Stream here. I'm going to play some Pioneer tonight, which I haven't done in a long time. So it seems like Wizards is bringing Pioneer back into the fold of supported competitive formats. So let's step away from Standard for a little bit and dip our toes back into Pioneer. And what better way to start an excursion into a relatively new format than with my favorite Pioneer deck, which is Disinformation Control. So Disinformation Control is a Dimir control deck built around this enchantment, Disinformation Campaign. It's 3 mana, 1 blue to black for an enchantment. When this enchantment enters, you draw a card, each opponent discards a card. When you surveil, return this enchantment to its owner's hand. So we do a lot of surveilling in this brew, meaning that we're going to pick up this enchantment a lot and replay it, and it becomes a sort of an engine of a grindy game plan where we gain relative card advantage. We're not going to draw a million cards, but as we keep playing this, our opponent's discarding each time we're drawing. We're going to have more cards than our opponent does at any given time in the game, and we're going to leverage that relative card advantage to win the game with some very impactful bomby threats with our super grindy control removal plan in the late game. So we do like to surveil because we want to repeatedly play Disinformation Campaign. We're going to do that with cards like Consider, which is just an opt that surveils and bounces our Disinformation Campaign. We're going to do it with Search for Azcanta, which is a 2-mana enchantment that at the beginning of our upkeep would surveil 1. So this by itself just triggers Disinformation Campaign every turn. Then if we have 7 or more cards in our graveyard, we can transform it into a land, a very powerful land, which for 3 mana can look at the top 4 cards of our library, reveal a non-creature, non-land card from among it, and put it into our hand, which is really good if we can flip this. But just the fact that this is a trigger for Disinformation Campaign for free every single turn makes it definitely worth playing in this brew. We also have some Thought Erasure, which is just a 2-mana Thought Seize that lets us surveil 1 when we cast it, lets us bounce our Disinformation Campaign. We get a couple of Sinister Sabotages, which are cancels that let us surveil 1, bouncing our Disinformation Campaign. And then finally, in our mana base, we are running the full 4 of Undercity Sewers, which are a tapped island swamp that when it enters, we surveil 1, bouncing our Disinformation Campaign. So Disinformation Campaign will become the engine of this grindy gate plan, gaining us virtual card advantage, relative card advantage, and having us win in the late game. And this control deck is sort of the basis for my total interaction strategy that I like to make control decks, where we're attacking our opponent every way we can. We're going to make him discard with our Thought Seizes, a very important card in Pioneer, and our Thought Erasures. And we have Liliana of the Veil. And we have Aclazotz, which is just kind of a balmy threat that can close out games, also makes our opponent discard cards. We're going to interact with them on the stack by countering their spells with Spell Pierce, with Spell Snare, with Juwari Disruption. I just really like this card. Nobody expects the Juwari Disruption. And with the aforementioned Sinister Sabotages. Then we're going to kill their stuff that makes their way to the battlefield with our Fatal Pushes. Erebos' Intervention is another card I really like in Pioneer. It's good against aggro decks because it can kill creatures while gaining us life. It's good against the graveyards as well. It is graveyard hate. We can exile cards at instant speed from our opponent's graveyards. Then we have some Bitter Triumph. We have Strategic Betrayal. We have a couple of sweepers main board, a Meat Hook Massacre, a Ritual of Suit, which is a sweeper I really like. 4 mana, destroy everything with 3 or less is going to be most creatures in Pioneer. And then we have a one of Deadly Cover Up as a sweeper / extraction effect. And then continuing with the removal, we have, I think I mentioned the Bitter Triumph, this Strategic Betrayal. We have Liliana, as mentioned before. We have a one of Soul Shatter to get rid of those like indestructible threats, just make our opponents sacrifice them. And then we've got Ritual of Suit, we've got Deadly Cover-Up, etc. And then we're going to win with very impactful, balmy, control-y threats. Brazen Borrower is one possible win con that for an adventure just bounces a non-land permanent, which is really great when coupled with repeated discard effects like Disinformation Campaign, making our opponent bouncing our opponent's stuff on their end step, and then like playing Disinfo Campaign, making them discard it. It's very good way to make sure that our discard effects are never dead. We got a one of Shieldred the Apocalypse, which just wins games on her own according to the rules of Magic. We got our Aclazotz. We got the 2 of Ashiok, Nightmare Muse, which I really love this Planeswalker. It's a 5 mana walker for 5 loyalty. For +1, it creates a 2/3 black Nightmare creature token that makes it that when it attacks or blocks, exiles 2 cards. For -3, it does a Dinrova horror. So return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand, then that player exiles a card from their hand. So if our opponent is empty-handed, this is just remove target non-land permanent, bounces it back to their hand. They have to discard right away. They will have to discard the permanent that we just bounced. And for -7, this lets us capitalize on all the cards we've exiled from the tokens, but just the fact that this can be a Dinrova horror in a low resource end game, and that this can create powerful tokens will close out the game for us most games. And then we got a 1 of Deceit, who really belongs in this kind of strategy. You know this card from Standard. It's a, either a bounce effect or a Thoughtseize early in the game. Late in the game, if we have 6 mana, it's a really good Dinrova horror. For 6 mana, we bounce a non-land permanent, and then we get to Thoughtseize our opponent, so we can take away whatever card is best in their hand, including the permanent that we just bounced. So that is the main board plan for Disinformation Control. We're going to interact. We're going to repeatedly pick up and play our Disinfo campaign until our opponent has no hand and nothing left, and we just win a relatively low resource game late. The manabase includes 25 lands total, counting the 2 Juwari disruptions. We have an Otawara, we have a couple of Hive of the Eye Tyrants for a little bit of main board graveyard hate. We have a Takanuma to help us recycle our threats, and a couple of Fields of Ruin. The sideboard contains more counterspells. We've got a null against artifacts and enchantments, negates against non-creature spells. We've got Pithing Needle is good against a lot of things in Pioneer. Can name everything from like Oni Cult Anvil or Witches Ovens to like Planeswalkers. Feed the Swarm is here because, just like in Standard, this format is kind of dominated by really powerful enchantments like Fable of the Mirror Breaker, and also Unholy Annex is extremely popular in Pioneer right now, so one of Feed the Swarm seems like it's a good inclusion. Thought Erasure number 3 is here against matchups where we want to make our opponents discard stuff. Damping Spheres are here against decks like, is it Phoenix primarily? The Lotus Field decks that want to cast lots of spells or generate lots of mana from their lands. We have one of Narset against those. There's lots of different decks that just rely on being able to draw a ton of cards in the same turn. Narset just shuts that down. Go Blank supplements the main board graveyard hate that we have. We also have a second Erebos' Intervention for more graveyard hate. We've got Necromentia to extract those troublesome cards like Fable of the Mirror Breaker, combo pieces like Bring to Light, stuff like that. Path of Peril is a really cheap sweeper against aggressive decks. We have Ritual of Soot number 2 for when that's good. Shadow's Verdict is another sweeper that just exiles everything that's 3 or less, creatures and planeswalkers, from the battlefield and the graveyard. So this is a really good card against like Cauldron Familiar type decks. Just exiles all the Cauldron Familiars and the Mayhem Devils all at once. Erebos' Intervention number 2 as mentioned, and finally we have a second Meathook Massacre that we can board in against aggro matchups. So that is Disinformation Control, and I've been practicing the last couple of days, mostly losing a lot. Man, Pioneer is fast and brutal, but let's see if we can turn things around and get some wins tonight as we delve back into Pioneer. And if you like off-meta MTG content, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. Nico 2 will be our first opponent, playing some Disinfo Control. Pioneer. Haven't touched this format in quite some time. And let's start off with a 0-lander. Opponent keeps 7. We'll have to mull this 0-lander into a hand that has lands, so automatically better. We're going to keep this. Probably bottoming Juwari Disruption. Since we're down a card, I don't think we can afford to cast that. Okay, a Triome, so this could be like some kind of Niv to Light. Or like an Omnath deck of some kind, we'll see. Oh, it's a Yorion deck. Oh my god, I forgot that card was legal. Okay. Alright, Hive, go. So this is like the Interminable Annoyance deck, most likely, or what is it? Enigmatic Incarnation is the actual name of it. beans? Oh, jeez. Okay. Draw Spell Snare. Alright, opponent's already fairly well set up. So, this is gonna be tough. Let's start grinding. We're already behind, I would say, pretty significantly. Alright, we draw Thoughtseize off Disinfo, which is good. Opponent discards Verdict. Leyline Binding. Draw a card, gets rid of my Disinfo. Okay. Math, yep. Okay. Draw Consider. So next turn we can X equals 3 if we draw a land. That's not enough to kill Omnath. It'd be really nice to kill Omnath before then. Bring to Light, Valky, Helix. Alright, we'll get rid of Bring to Light for sure. And then just play a tap land. Probably just lose to this Omnath, we'll see. They also have 2 Lightning Helixes, so we are already at 10 damage. Northwind Avatar. Okay. Most likely has another Bring to Light in hand. Alright, let's consider... Yeah, we don't need that. We draw land... So we can Ashiok. Like they have the Bring to Light in their hand though. I could Ashiok plus make a token. I mean, I guess that's the best that I've got.
My kin are delightfully friendly.
They can Lightning Helix. Okay, well they didn't Bring to Light this turn, so they can double attack the Ashiok.
I will haunt your dreams.
Another Caryatid. And we could X equals 4 a Meat Hook here, which kills everything but the Avatar. It sets them back to 4 mana as well. I mean, I think that's what we're doing. Alright, kill the Caryatids and Omnath. Gain a little life. They just pick up Yorion. Okay. We draw a land. We could pick up Leyline Binding and replay Disinfo. Probably the best thing that we've got. Get back our Disinfo. Oh, it just gets cast again for free. That's cool. So we get to draw, discard. We draw land. There's binding again. Yep. Getting a card off the stock. It would have been worth it if we'd drawn, like, Sinister Sabotage off that or something, but as it turns out, we did not. More beans. Well, we can spell snare those. Hit the borrower. Erebos' intervention. Alright. Attack with our borrower. Pass. Alright, we'll go for x equals 5, I guess. Let them attack first. Alright. Do we just take 5? Nah, let's just cast this. X equals 5. We don't want to die to, like, a lightning helix or something. Okay, happens. We gain 6 life. Opponent loses a life. No. We just gain life when their creatures die. Okay, that's all they got? We just draw Eye Tyrant. Well, fire up the Tyrant. Get in there. Eat. I don't know. Bring to light. Pass. Sirach Dragonclaw. Creatures you control can't be countered. Other creatures you control have trample. Okay. Tolsimir. When it enters, create 3/3 wolf token. Whenever a wolf you control enters, you gain 3 life. That creature fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. Sure. Well, in response, we'll Fatal Push the token. Take 6. Brazen Borrower. Alright, let's just attack for 6. Pass. Bring to light. Yep. So they're gonna get Niv Mizzet and draw a handful of cards. Oh, Shiko. Getting back Lightning Helix. Okay. On the borrower, yep. Drain you for 1. Well, let's bounce to rock. Jawari disruption. Okay, now we're dead. Well, we started off with a mulligan. Our draw did not pan out well. We can block the Shiko. I mean, technically we're not dead on board, I guess. Then if I attack, like there's no way we can win if I don't attack here. Kervek the Spiteful. I don't think it matters. Okay. So we can flash in the borrower to block Shiko. Take 3, go to 2. Deafening Clarion. Creatures you control gain lifelink. Okay. Opponent. Planning on attacking. Okay, flashing the borrower. And they have the removal spell for it. Okay. So, very bad awkward draw for us. Mulligan on the draw. We get much better after sideboarding. Annul, negate, Narset, feed the swarm, go blank, Necromentia. Thought Erasure, Pithing Needle, probably. I think that's probably it. Fatal Push isn't very good. It does kill Omnath if revolted, so I'll leave in 1. Ritual of Soot is not going to get it done. Meathook Massacre is very iffy. I don't think I like it. I think I'll cut 1 Brazen Borrower. They're all about ETB value, so I don't want to like bounce their stuff too much. Let's cut the Fatal Pushes. We'll rely on our other removal spells. Yeah, actually, I don't really like Brazen Borrowers at all here. I think I'll cut Spell Snare. Let's try this. Alright, Disinfo's good. Pithing Needle can name like Tybalt, I guess? It can name... Can't name Sylvan Caryatid. This isn't a great draw. I would love like a Thoughtseize or Thought Erasure. We're gonna keep it. We're on the play. Go blank. I could just play this on Tybalt Cosmic Imposter. I don't know what else they would have that has an activated ability. I mean, I might as well. That's kind of what it's for. can actually Necromentia them on our next turn. Take Bring to Light. Or we can start grinding with Disinfo. Let's just Necro while we can. Bring to Light. Abrupt Decay, Helix. Leyline Binding, Northwind Avatar, Shiko, Niv Mizzet. Professor Delian fell. They get the Valky. Okay, yep. So they do get a zombie because we took a card out of their hand. Sylvan Caryatid. Thought Erasure. Okay, let's Disinfo. Start grinding. Feed the Swarm's a good one. Play this on blue. Beans. Well, I know a target for Feed the Swarm. Abrupt Decay on our Disinfo, sure. Untap land would be a good draw. Okay, that's great. Because that lets us Disinfo. Plus we'll Feed the Swarm your beans. Omnath. Does ridiculous things. So, Deadly Cover-Up wouldn't be bad. Yep. I think we're just dead here. Yeah, that Omnath hit into the Niv Mizzet was ridiculous. So, I think we're dead. 9, 10, 11. We're not actually dead on board, I guess. Let's Disinfo. Each instant sorcery your card has Jumpstart. What does Jumpstart mean? You can cast it by discarding a card. Okay. So they have a Lightning Helix under Jumpstart. Alright, well that was a pretty sick rip for them. Omnath into Niv Mizzet. Gross. Welcome to Pioneer. Disposable Hero, the Mighty, is our next opponent with some Disinfo control in Pioneer. And, alright, our hand looks pretty good. We'll keep. Spell Pierce, Thoughtseize, good cards. Raven Inspector. Alright, we're gonna Shock and Thoughtseize. Goldarian Epicure, the last Ronin's technique. take the last Ronin's technique. Alright, Meat Hook Massacre would be nice to find. We'll just play Surveil Ashiok. Probably a little too pricey for us at the moment. We'll pass. We're interested in cards like Meat Hook Massacre, Ritual of Soot. Fatal Push would be fine, would be okay. Search for Azcanta. Yeah, I think I'll play Disruption as a land and play Search for Azcanta. They cracked their clue. Discarding land to crack their blood. Let's attack for 3. Another Voldaren Epicure. Okay, Meat Hook Massacre would be pretty nice right about now. Shipwreck Marsh does let us Deadly Cover up next turn. We'll play it. We can X equals 3 something this turn, gain 3 life. Gleeful Demolition. Yeah, their whole team's gonna be 1/1s. I think we'll X equals 3. Just kill this Thraben Inspector, gain 3 life. Okay, they discard Gateway Express. Cosmograph Zenith, okay. Plus Novice Inspector, sure. It's gonna hurt. Take 6. Shipwreck Marsh will bin that. Ashiok could be good after the sweeper. Alright. Is there anything we want to exile? I could see maybe the Cosmogrand Zenith. Sure. Or perhaps Gleeful Demolition. Let's go Cosmogrand Zenith. Oh, I chose Thraben Inspector. Oops. I meant to choose Cosmogrand Zenith. I don't think it matters. The last card is Iganjo. Okay. Well, that's good for us. Crack their clue. Okay. Azcanta, consider... I think we'll bin a consider Field of Ruin. Alright, play Field of Ruin, play Ashiok. Make a token.
Terror lurks among us.
Disinfo campaign? I like it. Let's play Disinfo. We draw, you discard. They discard the Gateway Express. Okay. Let's make a token. We'll attack with our token. You can Ganjo it if you want. Yep. Token down. Feeling pretty good, though. We got their board controlled. We got Fatal Push. Yep. Ashiok can -3 multiple times. We have a Deceit. Sheltered by Ghosts. Push. In response. Opponent scoops. Alright, so tokens. Give me Path of Peril, Ritual of Soot, Meathook Massacre, Shadow's Verdict, Erebos' Intervention, all of our sweepers. Do we want to go so far as like Damping Sphere to hamper the Cosmogran Zeniths? I think so. They are a deck that needs to multi-spell. So I think we can cut like Thoughtseize is a little painful against them. Spell Pierce, I don't think is going to be great. Let's swap out all the Thoughtseizes and bring in Thought Erasure instead. Strategic Betrayal is really bad against what they're doing, as is Soul Shatter. Let's try this. We have a Fatal Push, so this hand's good. Damping Sphere also, we'll keep. Voldaren Epicure. Okay, let's play our Surveil land. Otawara. Yeah, we want more lands. We'll keep that. Humans. Lethal Demolition, so they're just gonna make 3 1/1s. Okay. Alright. Well, that was a pretty good turn 2 for them. We played a tap land. We could have Damping Sphered there. Well, perhaps I should have binned that Otawara in the hopes of finding a sweeper, because as it is... What's the requirement for this card? Convoke, right. Rest in peace. I don't really care about that. And push 1 token. Ritual of Soot actually doesn't kill this thing. Kills everything else. Oh, man. Painful. guess we'll just play a Damping Sphere. So we're going to take 4, 5, 6, 7. Then if we have to play this untapped next turn... Well, I guess we won't. We can play Otawara. We still just died to the attack from the Knight Errant. Novice Inspector. Alright, we're dead. So that's why you play that deck, because you can have that nut draw turn 2. I guess Soul Shatter is okay against them, actually. It does pick off those Knight Errants. Sinister Sabotage is going to be hard to make work. I guess we'll try it like this. Alright. We have Meat Hook Massacre, which is great. Brazen Borrowers can also bounce one of those Knight Errants. Okay, we'll play it. We'll keep it. We're on the play. We get a couple surveils. We don't need more lands, thank you. There's Inspector Gadget. Bitter Triumph. Alright, let's surveil again. Shadow's Verdict. Yeah, I mean, we are interested in sweepers. There's Lethal Demolition. Plus Thraves. Yikes. Okay, we draw Shadow's Verdict. So next turn we can kill their whole board with this Meat Hook. If we live. Okay, we could just bounce the clue. I don't think we want to do that, though. Alright, let's Meat Hook X equals 2. Wipe their board, we gain some life. Cracks their clue. Cosmogran Zenith. Portable Hole. Okay. That's a 3-drop, right? Yep. So we can Shadow's Verdict. Lethal Demolition the Portable Hole. Rest in peace. Don't really care about that. Untapped land would be pretty nice. Watery Grave. Okay, sure. I think we'll just play Watery Grave. Fully kick our Deceit. So we can kill one of these tokens and Thoughtseize our opponent. They get lost to Deceit. Graves. Thought Erasure. It's not very good. I think we're gonna pass. Crack their clue. Wedding announcement? Okay, definitely countering that. Soul Shatter. I mean, it does kill stuff, which we are interested in doing. Okay, we will Brazen Borrower, kill a token. Alright, let's play our Brazen Borrower. Explore. Shipwreck Marsh. Play it. Explore. Ritual of Suits. Yeah, I think we'll Thought Erasure their last card. It's a land. Okay. Ritual of Suits, sure. Attack with our borrower. I think we're winning this race. Takenuma. So let's attack. So at some point we can Ritual of Suit Takenuma back our Brazen Borrower. We have a 3-turn clock. Search for Azcanta. That's never gonna flip. Opponent Eganjos. Okay. Sure. Do we Ritual of Suit now? I think we wait. Yeah, Takenuma actually is never going to work because of Rest in Peace, come to think of it. Threebs. You draw. Another Inspector. Alright, we're definitely gonna Ritual Suit this turn. Fatal Push. Yeah, I mean, we'll draw stuff that can kill creatures. Ritual Suit, gain 4 life. Oh no, because everything gets exiled, we don't gain life. Jeez. How about a bomb? Aclazotz? Land? No thank you. I said no thank you, land. Cosmogrand Zenith. Okay, Soul Shatter. Sack. Something good, please. Disinfo into something good. How about a land? We'll hold on to this land to discard to Bitter Triumph. Knight Errant. Whiffs. Okay. We will discard this swamp. Ashiok, yes. Bounce Disinfo. Make you discard your last card. More Disinfo. Ashiok. Make a token.
Literally creeping, thieving project.
Threebs. Draw the card. I think we just Fatal Push Threebs. Fatal Push, yeah. Bounce Disinfo. Play a Disinfo. Draw a card. Play a Disinfo. Draw a card. Liliana. Make a token. Play a Liliana. Have an edict set up for whenever we need it.
This is my home, and I don't appreciate it when people touch my things.
And I think we're good. Alright, one scoops it up. GG's. Sorry. On the draw with some Disinfo control in Pioneer. Hand looks pretty good, we'll keep. Alright. Surveil land turn 1 into a duel. Waste not. Oh, wonderful. Okay. Waste not. Oh, Jawari Disruption. Shieldred. We probably just want to hold up a counterspell. Graveyard Trespasser. That's fine. We'll just Soul Shatter it, I think. Aclazotz. Let's just play Shelly. Okay, the Edict. Otawara. Play Aclazotz? Go blank. Gonna make me discard 2 cards. Okay. What's up, Speeper? What to discard? I think Lily and Brazen Borrower? It's close. Definitely an argument for keeping Lily to kill a creature. But they just get zombie tokens anyway, so... Bandit's Talent, yep. Yeah, Waste Not is a popular archetype in Pioneer. Go Blanks would be so amazing to have in Standard right now. Go Blank is a pretty messed up card. Hostile Investigator. I'll kill it. They don't have a Gaia Reach Sanitarium, do they? No. So they are racking us, but we have an Aclazotz going. Mickey discard. Gain 4. Alright, they fully level up their Bandit's Talent and scoop. So, yeah, Waste Not. Annul, negate. Pithy Needle naming Gaia Reach Sanitarium is really devastating when they have Waste Not on the battlefield. Thought Erasure is also good against them. Their creatures are like Graveyard Trespassers. They have Hostile Investigators. They probably have a couple of Gifted Etherborns. I'm gonna cut a couple of Fatal Pushes. Yeah, Erebos' Intervention, I think we can cut safely. Oh, we probably want Feed the Swarm. We don't need all these sweepers, I don't think. It's gonna cost roughly 5 mana to cost Meathook mana Massacre effectively. I'd rather Deadly Cover-Up, so I think I'll cut the Meathook. Maybe we don't Pithy Needle. We'll just use our Field of Ruins to deal with Gaia Reach Sanitarium. Let's try this. You mean the Davriel or the new Ral? The new Ral is for a deck where you have a lot of creatures that you want to recurse. That's where you want Ral. The Liliana is like a removal and attrition card. Liliana pluses to make people discard cards. We're certainly not mulliganing against Waste Not. Okay, no turn 1 Thoughtseize is pretty lucky for us. We don't have untapped blue mana for turn 1, unfortunately. I think we do want negate. Lily makes you discard? Yes. Okay, there's the Waste Not. So, I think it'd be cool to get them with this Jawari Disruption. I also would like to have blue and black mana ready to go next turn. I think I'll Thoughtseize this turn. What do you got? Extinction Event, Hostile Investigator. Alright, we'll take Hostile Investigator. And I think we'll play a Field of Ruin. Yes, Lily does make you discard, but like we have lots of ways to recurse cards. Go blank. That sucks. If they rip that very card. I think we'll lose Spell Pierce And spell snare. They get to draw 2 cards. That's great. Alright, well, that one rip might have just beat us. We'll see. Bandit's talent? I think we will negate that. The thing is, Ral like minuses to make people discard, so you can only do it once before plussing. Ral is just you want to play a lot of 3 mana creatures. Its best mode is its ability to recurse 3 mana creatures from your graveyard. Ral also can't kill creatures. Let's consider Field of Ruin. We want something more impactful, I think. Disinfo should be good. They have an extinction event. Let's just disinfo. You discard. They discarded extinction events. Thoughtseize. They get a zombie. Lands. Well, I think we'll just play our land. Might as well just strategic betrayal. They have a Castle Locthwain. Gyreet Sanitarium, that's terrible. Alright, Ashiok is great though. Let's make a nightmare.
Wonder if you're
I'm just gonna hold on to a couple of cards. We really don't need more mana. Go to the throat, kills our token. Gonna make us each draw and discard. I'll discard this land. Gyreet Sanitarium? Yeah, it's gross. Oh, and Castle Locthwain? Thoughtseize. Castle Locthwain is very good if you're a mono black deck. Brazen Borrower? Okay. Let's just make a nightmare. And we'll pass. I could bounce... no, I can't bounce my own non-land permanents. So we'll just pass. Castle Locthwain. We're down to 8. Extinction event? Okay. Okay, let's bounce this Waste Knot on their end step. Cast our Brazen Borrower. They go for the throat. Liliana of the Veil. Okay, we'll make a nightmare.
creeping, thieving.
Do Do we play Liliana? I mean, sure, why not? I think we actually plus it.
Those who get in my way tend to regret it.
If we plus it, their Gaia Reach plus Waste Not is fully enabled, where we have no say in the matter. We're just discarding whatever we draw each turn. I think we just hold on to Lily. Just let her sit there to edict whatever their first creature is. Yeah, we'll discard Thoughtseize. Waste Not. Gaia Reach. Discard a land. They get mana. I'm gonna fire up the Tyrant. Okay, I forgot about their Eye Tyrant, so we are gonna lose Lily here. We didn't have enough mana to Soul Shatter. That's unfortunate.
Oh, that's my cue to leave.
Okay, we have our own Eye Tyrant. I think we're just making tokens.
The shadows
Attacking.
awaken.
Do we play our Hive? I think we play our Hive. They're at 6. We gotta kill them. Field of Ruin, my Hive? Okay. Sure. Extinction Event, yep. Gaia Reach. We'll discard a land. Get some mana. Bandit's Talent, yeah. And start racking us. Shieldred. We draw land. Jeez, that's about as bad as it could be. So, what can we do? Cast up to 3 spells without paying their mana cost. Yeah, let's just ultimate Ashiok. Cast Shieldred's Edict. You sack a non-token creature. Cast Hostile Investigator. We'll cast... Go blank.
Tragedies are the stars of your
I guess we didn't need to go blank them. We were already hostile investigating them. We actually cheated ourselves out of a clue that way, which is too bad. But we do get clues when they use Gaia Reach now. Discard a land. There's the Hive. Okay. There's Shieldred. So we win here. Yep, they get to kill Ashiok.
back to shadows and silence.
But we get to bounce Shieldred. Cast our Brazen Borrower. And we win. GG's. Alright. Getting there against Waste Not Control. mean deck, but our deck's a little nastier. A failed Turing test is our next opponent. They're a prominent Pioneer and a Frog. Oh, and a Yorion player. Again, we're on the play. Another Yorion deck. Sinister Sabotage is good against them, so is Liliana. I don't know about Fatal Push. I'll keep this, though. There's like a few cards, I think, that are super duper outliers in power level that just kind of ruin the fun. I feel the same way about Standard, you know, so it's like, it's true of most formats, where like, I feel like Standard is pretty close to being really good, but there's like a couple of cards. The Wandering Minstrel, lands enter untapped. If the beginning of your turn, if you control 5 more towns, create an elemental, or there's JED. I think we take JED. I think the Pioneer is like 3 or 4 bands away from being magnificent. Okay. I think we just play Liliana and start going to town. So this is going to be a super low resource game. Our opponent has only 2 lands on the battlefield. We have a Lotus Field.
Touch my things.
I think we'll discard Bitter Triumph.
We all have things we'd rather.
Okay. Yeah, let's plus again. We'll discard one of our Sinister Sabotages.
Don't overthink things.
Yeah, the Lotus Field deck is gonna have a hard time winning from here. We'll see, though. Spelunking. I think we'll just counter that. Yeah, that speeds them up pretty significantly. Strategic Betrayal, not so much. Alright, we'll plus Lily. Discard Otawara.
We all have things we'd rather forget.
Opponent scoops it up. Yeah, Lily locked. They'll never be able to do anything. What did we see? We saw Spelunking. We saw JED. They're doing something tricky with lands. Their Lotus Field deck. So we want Damping Sphere. Negate. Narset. Annul can counter, like, Spelunking. They've got to have other enchantments as well. Thought Erasure. We could Necromentia as well. I don't think we need to go quite that far. Cut Erebos' Intervention. At least one Fatal Push. Probably cut our Small Ball Sweepers. 2 more cuts. Maybe Strategic Betrayal. We'll just go to 1 Fatal Push. So we have a push, a Bitter Triumph, Soul Shatter, Lily. We still got a decent amount of spot removal, plus discard. This should be fine. Let's go. Alright, we got our Disinfo campaign. That should be really good against what our opponent's doing. Negate also. Jawari Disruption, I would really like to use as a counterspell. This is a keep. Alright, we'll lead on our Surveil land. Thoughtseize, gimme. Deathrite Shaman. This is legal in Pioneer? I had no idea this card was legal in Pioneer. Okay. Sure. I think we'll just hold up Jawari Disruption and Negates. Cascading Cataracts. It became legal back when you were playing. See, it's been so long since I played, I forgot. Aftermath Analysis. Okay. Arboreal Grazer, yeah. Okay. Well, let's Thoughtseize. Take your Ice Still. Buried Archway, so they bounce a land. Pick up Yorion. So Yorion as it is, it lets them replay, bounce their Aftermath Analyst. It doesn't let them recurse their Ice Till or anything. It's pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As it is, they will be able to pay for Jawari Disruption. Alright, let's go for Disinfo. You discard, I draw. Draw land. Okay, well, play a land. Yep, they get land number 4, but it's mana number more than sufficient with what they have on the board. Okay. Fatal Push ain't bad, but I think we'll just play Aclazotz. Ashiok. Okay, let's force the issue a little. Fatal Push your Analyst. So if they want to do the thing, they have to do it now. Okay. Yep, they get a whole bunch of land. A couple of lands. Let's attack with Aclazotz. You discard. Scape Shift. They discarded Scape Shift. That makes me feel like I should just hold up a counterspell for Scape Shift. So I'm gonna wait till next turn to play Ashiok. Port of Carfell. Oh, okay. I forgot this card existed. Sacrifice this land, mill 4 cards, then return a creature from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Okay. Okay, we'll have to bring in some graveyard hate for next turn, next game, if there's a next game. Let's attack with Aclazotz. You discard. Then, what do we do with Ashiok? Bounce the Ice Till, make them discard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we can, like, Jawari Disruption one of their cards if they try to Ashiok plus Ice Till plus Yorion. No, that doesn't work. They have a Lotus Field. I think we'll just play our Hive. We'll play Ashiok. Oh, I don't have any 8 held up, though. I played the wrong land. I needed to play this. We'll make a token. Alright, well, I didn't sequence that very well. I should have played the pathway to have up negate. See if we lose. These are all lands they have access to. As far as, like, non-land cards, they have Yorion and 2 unknowns. Lumra. That's a lot of triggers. We got 3 Lotus Fields. Crumbling Vestige adds a mana when it enters. Gonna drain us and add mana. Yorion. So it'd be nice to kill them this turn. Yeethook Massacre would be a good draw. I don't know if we have that in our deck, actually. We just have a Deadly Cover-Up. That would be a good draw. Okay, Thought Erasure is a start, I guess. Take your Scape Shift. Thought Seize, no. Oh, actually, Thought Seize might have been great. Thoughtseize might have been great. Yeah, Thoughtseize would have let us bounce Lumra and then Thoughtseize it. Darn it. Okay. Well, we can still do the thing. Let's bounce Lumra. You discard. Lumra.
Recoil to the recess of your mind.
We can't attack, though, because of Yorion. So this is all their graveyard. They have no hand. So I guess we just play pathway. And pass. Mystic Sanctuary is legal in Pioneer? Yeah, they have the Port of Carfell to just keep getting back everything. Other creatures you control get +X, where X is the number of towns you control. Okay, so we want our graveyard hate. They have only 3 cards left in their library. Their library is empty. I'm not even sure what happened there. Port of Carfell. Yep. It's back Terror of the Peaks. Port of Carfell. Okay, gets back Lumra. And that's game. Okay, so go blank, strategic betrayal. Is it possible we want Necromentia to name Lumra? I could see Necromentia naming Lumra or naming Lotus Field or Ice Till Explorer. Let's get in our Erebos' interventions. We'll cut Fatal Push. We've got the interventions. Guess we'll cut 1 Brazen Borrower. You know, Fatal Push is actually good against, like, the Aftermath Analysts. So I'll bring in 1. I don't think Liliana's that good. Narset, they're not, like, doing Omniscience stuff. They're just recycling their graveyard. Spell Snare, maybe? And Spell Pierce? Let's try this. Thoughtseize plus Disruption, but that's it. We do get 2 Surveils. Hive of the Eye Tyrant could be good as well. We'll try it out. It's not great. It's not great, that's for sure. Bring to Lights. Escape Shifts, Aftermath Analysts. I think we take Aftermath Analyst. Sabatoki is going to be good. We're good on lands, deck. Thank you very much. Disinfo. That's great. Let's start grinding. Pick up Yorion. Okay, let's... Thought Erasure? We'll take Yorion, Escape Shift, Bring to Light. We can counter 2 of these. Yorion actually doesn't do anything currently. I think I'll take one of these escape shifts. Necromentia. Yeah, Necromentia sounds good. We'll play our Verge. Okay, we could just fire off Necromentia naming Bring to Light. If I disinfo, I don't have a counterspell held up for anything. I could just Necromentia the Bring to Light. Then I still don't have a counterspell held up for Escape Shift. What does Escape Shift do? It gets them Lotus Fields, right? But then they have to, like... They have to sack lands for those? I don't know, this is tricky. I think we want a Necromentia, though. We'll do Bring to Light, because that's just the most versatile, dangerous card in their deck. Abrupt Decay, Grazers, Shamans. Okay, take your Bring to Lights. Get a zombie. We're gonna play Jawari as a land. There's Yorion. Okay. We'll just Fatal Push this zombie. Erebos' Intervention. That's a good one. So let's Disinfo. Damping Sphere. That's pretty good. Another Disinfo? I don't think we need another Disinfo. Damping Sphere sounds great, though. Was Sage used? Okay. Sure, we'll grab a Watery Grave. Soul Shatter's great. Alright, Disinfo. You discard. And we're in excellent shape now. Yorion. Alright, we'll just kill Yorion. Undercity Sewers, perfect. Negate, sounds wonderful. Disinfo, make a discard. Draw Negate. Next turn we can start attacking with Hive. We actually also can exile a card from their graveyard as needed. Crumbling Vestige. Escape Shift. I think not. Strategic Betrayal. Do we need Strategic Betrayal? Just get rid of their whole graveyard? That sounds actually pretty good. Well, let's see what we draw off this Disinfo. Ashiok? Yeah, let's play Ashiok. Make a nightmare.
The shadows awaken.
And this game is in the bag, as they say.
Creeping, thieving progeny.
We'll just strategic betrayal. Get rid of your graveyard. Your go. Okay, opponent scoops. Dismantling Lotus Field combo. GG's. Shepherd of Lost Carcosa the Ambitious will be our next opponent. Some Disinfo control. We're on the draw, and our hand looks pretty good. We have 2 lands into some good interaction. Watery Grave. Do we want to try to get him with this Jawari Disruption? I think I probably just want to play it as a land. Badger Mole Cub. What format are we playing? So we can't kill the Badger Mole Cub this turn. We'll Thought Erasure. Thoughtseize, Fatal Push. Alright, we'll take Thoughtseize. Do we need more land? I mean, I guess we kind of do. Emeritus of Abundance. Alright, let's play a pathway on blue. I think we'll strategic betrayal. Yeah, kill one of your creatures, get rid of the Thoughtseize in your graveyard. So they have a regrowth that doesn't regrow anything. Disinfo. Yeah, let's... Disinfo? The Abrupt Decay. I draw Spell Pierce. Do I want to shock and hold up Spell Pierce and Spell Snare? I think I do. Regrowth. Yeah, let's go ahead and Spell Snare that. Disinfo. Let's Disinfo. Deceit, that's pretty good. We do go down to 1 here. We can Soul Shatter. Actually, I think we just X equals 4 the Emeritus. So we'll pass. Another Badger Mole Cub. We can counter this. Then we die. Okay. So if I Soul Shatter, we die. So I have to x equals 4. Kill the Emeritus. Gain 4. Go to 2. Fatal Push is not bad. I can bounce something. Ugh. Yeah, I think we're dead here. I took one too many hits from this Emeritus. So I can bounce something with Deceit. And I can kill something. Actually, I can Fatal Push and Soul Shatter. Which means we take 1 from the Earthbended land. Another Badger Mole Cub. Okay. Well, that kills us. Because their land can attack, and that's 2 damage. Alright, Badger Mole Cubs. Give me Path of Peril. Ritual of Suit. Meathook Massacre. Erebos' Intervention. I was just a little overly cavalier with my life total there. So they're Golgari. That deck plays Unholy Annex. Do I need to bring in the hate for it? Yes, probably Feed the Swarm at least. They're also using their graveyard. I've got Erebos' Intervention and Strategic Betrayal. I think I want Negate. Shadow's Verdict too. So 7 cuts. Just shave like our non-sideboard cards, I guess. 1, 2. Sabotage is a little... Our Disinfo campaign is a little slow. We need to like survive the early game and disrupt their mana. Go down to 1 Ashiok. We're light on win cons now, but so be it. I guess we don't need Shadow's Verdict. Got Deadly Cover Up, 2 Ritual of Soot, 2 Meathooks. Okay. I guess we'll cut a Borrower. Thoughtseize. Maybe Liliana's not good against them. They have kind of a wide board. Let's try this. Yeah, Meathook's really good. I'm gonna keep this. We have Search for Azcanta and Disinfo Campaign, which is a good combination, but very likely we'll get Thoughtseized. Oh, they lead on Mutavault because they're an Unholy Annex deck. Alright, let's play Soich. Mutavault is going to attack. Okay. Strategic Betrayal. It's good, but I'm looking for land number 3 here, I think. Here's land number 3. So I'd love to Disinfo. But that gives them an opening to resolve an Unholy Annex. It just doesn't beat Unholy Annex, I don't think, though. Maybe it will, though. Alright, we're gonna stick to our game plan. We have the Azcanta, so this is a combination. Graveyard Trespasser? Okay. That's fine. Land number 5 is good. Let's Disinfo. You discard, we'll draw. We'll play a tap land. Abrupt decay on Azcanta, okay. Just getting in with Mutavaults. Alright, Undercity Sewers. I think what I want to do is Thought Erasure, Double Shelly Emeritus. I'll take Emeritus. Spell Snare can go to the graveyard. Disinfo. Nikki discard Shelly. Professor Dillian fell.
Mediocrity will not beat. I have life essence to spare.
Okay, Soul Shatter's a great draw. We are again kind of dying to what our opponent's doing. But we can get back on track. So I think we Soul Shatter, kill Dillian Spell, Thought Erasure, get rid of Shieldred. Swamp can go to the yard. Play a tap land. Go blank. Alright, we'll discard land plus... I don't know, Disinfo at this point? I definitely want the Ashiok. So I'm gonna be tapping out for Ashiok. What am I gonna do with it? Plus it to make a token? Yeah, I think at this point we can ditch the Disinformation Campaign. Opponent can exile their own graveyard. Ritual of Suit. Alright, let's play Ashiok. Make a token.
Terror lurks among us.
Gonna attack and drain. Sure, we will block. Draw Thoughtseize. Alright, let's meet hook x equals 4. Gain a life. Make a nightmare.
Creeping, thieving progeny.
Tear asunder Ashiok. Okay.
Lost my inspiration.
Spell Pierce. Well, start attacking with our dude. We'll hold back our nightmare to block Mutavaults. This doesn't mean we don't have mana for Sinister Sabotage. Dillian fell. Oh, we can Spell Pierce though. That's pretty good. Undercity Sewers. Another Spell Pierce. I'm going to bin the Spell Pierce. They have so many very bad draws for us. Like, Sheoldred would be terrible, Unholy Annex would be a disaster. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna hold off. I can block a Mutavault with this Nightmare token. I want to hold up my counterspell. Let's just find, like, Aclazotz or Sheoldred. More Ritual of Soot. Okay. We're just gonna play defensively. Consider? Let's consider. Path of Peril. We don't need more sweepers. Okay. Blue mana, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Pass. Duress. Well, we might as well sabotage. Get a surveil. Nope, no land, thank you. Oh, opponent finds our deck boring. Oh, I'm sorry. You think you want to change? Maybe we want Ashiok, both Ashioks. I could see Pithing Needle naming Delian Fell or Mutavault as well. Maybe we'll shave like a Ritual of Soot. Maybe we'll just ditch the Path of Peril. Let's try this. Okay, this looks... He has no creature removal. Opponent took a mulligan. If our opponent just goes like... Gets a Badger Mole on turn 2... We have no way of dealing with that. We probably should mulligan this. Okay, I think this is better. We'll keep this, and I think bottom. Consider or Ashiok? Probably Ashiok. I don't know. We could be greedy and bottom one of these lands. I don't know. Chances are we're going to get Thoughtseize, though. I think we got to bin the Ashiok. We'll bottom it for now. We have 2 in our deck. Yep. Thoughtseize. Takes Disinfo. Alright, we'll play a tap land turn 1. That way I can maybe strategic betrayal turn 2 if absolutely necessary. Okay. Unholy Annex. Yeah, we knew that was in their deck. We'll bin that. Thoughtseize. Well, we can get rid of their Mutavault. And we can Thoughtseize. Duress, Abrupt Decay, Tear Asunder. Neither of those cards really do anything. Guess we'll take Duress. Yeah, I think we'll come. Our poor opponent was so bored last game. They're extremely interested in Unholy Annex, Badgermole Cub deck. Double Unholy Annex. Yeah, you gotta be prepared to beat this card, because, like, this deck plays it. The Rakdos deck that used to just play, like, Fable the Mirror Breaker and now plays Fable plus Unholy Annex. So, this is definitely one of the boogeymen of Pioneer and Standard. Delian fell.
My job is to teach. Yours. The right spell turns poison.
Alright, well, we can Fatal Push the Mutavault. Deceit? That's pretty good, actually. So we can double kick Deceit. Do a Dinrova Horror. Do Delian Fell. Thoughtseize you. They have a third Unholy Annex. Yeah, we're not gonna beat that hand. Yeah, I think we can scoop. Like, they can just activate either of these. We're just not gonna beat them. They're gonna drain us for 4, and then they have, like, just a handful of bombs, too, so that's game. Alright, our final result with this iteration of Pioneer Disinformation Control was the 3-2, which is, hey, it's not bad, considering it's my first foray into Pioneer for quite a while, and it was fun, you know. I kind of feel the same way about Pioneer that I do about Standard, which is it's really close to being like a really good format, but there's like 3 to 4 cards that the whole format is really warped around that make it not as fun as it could be. But what can you do? I mean, that's probably the story about every format in existence, right? It's the way I feel about Standard, so it is refreshing to break out some of these old cards, and I think the deck's pretty good. How do you beat the Unholy Annex decks? Like, early, cheap interaction is what you need. Cards like Spell Pierce, Annul, Thoughtseize, like, every black deck has to run 4 Thoughtseize. And I'm beginning to think every blue deck needs to run 4 Spell Pierce, or 4 1-mana counterspells that are relevant to what your opponent's doing, just because, you know, the action starts early. Like, you're getting Thoughtseize turn 1, you're getting Waste Knotted turn 2, you're getting either Fabled or Unholy Annex turn 3 pretty reliably, like, just about every game. The name of the game is just 1 mana interaction. So, as far as this build goes, I think I want, like, a second Annul in the sideboard for sure. Maybe I even want another 1-mana spell, like a third Spell Pierce or something. You can't load up your deck with enough of the early stuff that you need. So overall, yeah, the strategy for tuning this deck a little better would be to reduce the curve. Probably replacing some spells with cheaper spells, like Sinister Sabotage. You know, since this games do go along with this deck, I kind of like this as a 2 of, but I think cutting something around here to make room for another card or two in these two columns would probably just improve the deck overall, because it's just, you got to disrupt your opponent early. That's the key to success in Pioneer, I think. And unfortunately, since we're Dimir, we don't interact with enchantments particularly well, and those are, I think those are like the biggest boogeymen, like I was saying. Fable of the Mirror Breaker, Unholy Annex. Those are ubiquitous cards that are just crushingly powerful if you don't have the answer for them, and you don't have the answer quickly. So we need to tune our 75 to be able to answer those slightly better, which includes adding the second Annul, possibly a third Spell Pierce or a Duress to the main board, as well as more ways to deal with it in the sideboard. More Feed the Swarm. I don't think Feed the Swarm is a good card, but in a world where everyone's playing Unholy Annex and Fable of the Mirror Breaker, it's kind of a necessary evil. Like, if you can't counter it, you gotta deal with it. So yeah, I like the deck. I thought it was really fun. Had fun playing Pioneer. I'll be playing more in the near future. I think the key to building a successful Pioneer deck is going to be keep it cheap, 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 fast, fast, fast. Anyway, that's going to do it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed watching me play some Disinformation Control in Pioneer. If you did, and you like off-meta MTG content, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. I stream MTG on my Twitch channel every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. There's a link to the Twitch if you want to come check out the action in real time. So I hope you all have a good rest of your evening. Catch you next time. Peace.